the tragic episode that took place in Nellore, where day after 8 people were killed in a stampede on the sidelines of a roadshow led by TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu. The leader met the family of the deceased. Chandrababu Naidu expressed regret and announced 10 lakh rupees of compensation for the families of the deceased. Meanwhile, blame game has started over the incident. TDP has alleged that the negligence by the local authorities in Nellore, which they claim led to the tragedy. I am joined by Abdul Hafiz Khan from the YRSCP, the MLA, and I'm also joined by Ramakumar Reddy, who is a leader from the TDP. But let me first go across to Abdul Hafiz Khan, an MLA from YRSCP. Appreciate you joining us here, Mr. Khan, but I will have to ask you a question regarding the fact that, Chandrababu Naidu is blaming the YRSCP, the Nellore administration, for not having adequate security in place. And that's the reason why the stampede took place, which claimed 8 lives. Do you think there was a lapse in security from your end?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for taking me on the phone in. First of all, we offer our deepest condolences, and it's a very sad day that 8 innocent people have lost their lives for the sake of cheap politics. But we also regret that this kind of politics should not happen at all. First of all, you have to see 1 month of what Chandrababu Naidu has been doing, in what kind of roadshows he has been playing around, and in what kind of situations and scenarios, and in what kind of roads he is dumping thousands of people just to show and create a hype that a lot of people are actually coming and to see this grand old man who has already been faded out politician in the state of Andhra Pradesh, who has already been 3 times chief minister, 40 years of experience, but still no one is being turning to him. So these people are creating a cheap gimmick, which they have been doing it for last 1 month. There's a separate team that has been working for this cheap gimmick, but now they were putting they're putting public at risk in each and every place. It is them who are the organizers. It is them who choose the location. It is them who choose the roadmap. Our government's responsibility is that there shouldn't be any untoward incident shouldn't happen. Our police has been very responsible. Our doctors have been responsible. That's why our chief minister has alerted the government machinery to take immediate action on the ground. That's why some people might even be alive. This is very insane on Chandrababu Naidu's side or Telugu Desam people's side, that they have done wrong. They have been doing this for almost a month, and they are blaming us. Actually, you should also go back and see how this plastic emotions man, a man who is heartless, who has no emotions, after 8 people dying, he still has not shown the kind of emotional connect for the loss of life. It's a human loss. A loss of life has been lost. That whole family for that whole family it's an irreparable damage. If you can go back in the history, in the Pushkaralu time...
We agree, sir, and we appreciate you joining us here, Abdul Hafiz Khan, with those valued input. But at the end of the day, sir, there are 8 people who lost their lives. And if you are in the government, then questions are bound to ask. I'm also joined by Ramakumar Reddy, who is a leader from the TDP. Sir, firstly, this sort of a massive gathering that was held, did you have the due permission for this sort of numbers? Because, of course, now the blame game has started between the YRSCP and the TDP. But the bottom line is that both sides are not willing to take responsibility and shirk their responsibility over here, rather, to say that you did not take the requisite permission to hold a gathering this large.
All kinds of permissions were taken. The local police were informed that the meeting will happen at that particular location in Kandukur, and that location is not new. Previously in the same location, Mr. Jagannath Reddy and his mother, Srimati Vijayamma, also had conducted public meetings at the same location in Kandukur. So it is not a new location. We have shown that location to the local police department. They have given us permission. But even after that, they did not deploy the required number of police personnel. See, nowadays, Wherever Sri Chandrababu Naidu garu is going, people are coming in thousands because they are so angry on the current government. They are fed up with this government and they are looking towards the leadership of Chandrababu Naidu garu. And it is not only in Kandakur, wherever he is going, it was whether it is Vijayanagaram or Kurnool or Adoni or in Krishna district, in every district, people are coming in thousands. So the police, it is the duty of the police to provide, to deploy the adequate number of police personnel. On the other hand, wherever the chief minister is going, even if he attends a wedding, thousands of police personnel are on the road. They're even putting barricades on both the side of the roads, even if when the chief minister is attending a normal wedding. So on one hand, they deploy thousands of people for police personnel for the chief minister, and on the other hand, when the leader of opposition is conducting these kind of public meetings, they care. So it is the responsibility of the police department, and did not fulfill their duties yesterday. And there were hardly 25 to 30 police people on the ground yesterday. So whether, if at all, the DGP or the local SP had deployed the adequate number of police personnel, such an incident would not have happened. And unfortunately, madam, today, till such time the Honorable Prime Minister had responded, Jagan Reddy had not even offered his condolences, had not even responded on behalf of the government. It is only after the Honorable PM Sri Modi had responded and offered his condolences and announced ex gratia, then only Mr. Jagan Reddy woke up. Till such time, there is not even a small condolence message from the Chief Minister. This is the kind of attitude that Jagan Reddy is displaying. Today, our leader, Chandrababu Naidu garu, is visiting each and every family who had lost their loved ones. We have announced an ex gratia of 23 lakh rupees on behalf of the party, and Sri Chandrababu Naidu garu is now currently visiting all the families of the 8 people who had lost their lives. And we will stand by our party workers, and we once again request the DGP, please provide the required number of police personnel, because these meetings will continue. Today also there is a meeting scheduled in Kavali, and tomorrow also there is one more meeting in Nellore district. So it is the responsibility of the police department to deploy the required number of police personnel, because managing such huge crowds as a political party, it is not, it cannot be done on our own. We require the support of the police department. See, when Mr. Chandrababu Naidu was chief minister and when Mr. Jagan Reddy, as an opposition leader, was conducting padayatras and public meetings.
Your point, and while you are saying that the state police should have been more prompt and vigilant to try and control this sort of a crowd, but the fact of the matter remains, Mr. Ramakumar Reddy, that even hence onward, we hope this is going to be a learning lesson for all of you, so that you can channelize the crowd. If there's such a massive gathering of crowd, then to avoid any untoward incident, of course, a sense of responsibility even for the party that is organizing this entire event, to channelize the crowd so that people are not falling off stairs and getting into a stampede-like situation.
Manage crowds. See, public meetings by political parties are held across the country. It is not the Telugu Desam Party which is doing it for the first time. Across the country, in every state, it is the responsibility of the police department. Yes, on behalf of the party, we also are taking all kinds of precautions, but we need the support of the police also. We can't do it on our own. How can a political party on its own manage such huge crowds? Is it not the responsibility of the police department? Is it the same situation when Mr. Chandrababu Naidu was chief minister? We gave all the required kind of police support to Jagan Reddy. When he was doing his padayatra or when he was conducting public meetings, we offered all kinds of police support. Then why is it not happening now?
Let me take a question across to Mr. Abdul Hafiz Khan, who still continues to be with us. Mr. Khan, this particular location is not an alien location to you, sir, because in the past also Mr. Jagan Reddy has held a similar sort of a gathering at this particular location. Then why was there no adequate security arrangement to ensure there is no untoward incident that takes place?
Madam, let me tell you, it is the political party's decision on how much people to gather and where to keep the location, where to keep the meeting. They will have their own inputs already. Okay, you should go back in the history to see what kind of media hype that is and what kind of media hype madness Chandrababu Naidu has is. At the time of Pushkaralu, he was the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. he put all the pilgrims who came for the Pushkar Aloof hours together, and then he left them at the same time. He brought in National Geographic Channel. He brought in some film industry directors to show that he is the most godly man who is being revered by the Telugu people. Here his madness is creating this.
Okay, sir, we want to
nuisance,
stick
ma'am.
to just
It is
this
not-
one
it is-
incident
it is-
because let's not forget, I know you are at loggerheads, TDP and the YRSCP, but at the end of the day, there are several people who were injured, 8 people lost their lives, and I thank you both for joining us here on this very important issue that we were reflecting here at Mirror Now. But we can only hope that this is going to be a learning experience for both YSRCP and the TDP. But my colleague Somit is also joining us live to get us more details on the story. Somit, we just heard the version of YSRCP. We heard the version of the TDP as well. Both sides are indulging in blame game. But of course, there are 8 people who lost their lives. Was there no adequate arrangement put in place by the local authorities to ensure that no untoward incident that takes place?
Well, actually, it's very unfortunate that this blame game has begun in this incident, and where in a tragic incident where eight people have lost their lives, and still, few are undergoing treatment at the local hospital. And on the other hand, there was a failure, and there was the failure from the either the police side as well as the administration side, as well as from the TDP side. So lack of enough deployment, and also lack of taking enough measures by the TDP also resulted to this kind of, tragic incident. So it resulted in this kind of tragic incident. And on the other hand, police said that the exact reason is yet to be known. We are investigating into this matter. And by evening, they could do exactly know what exactly happened. So we are also waiting for the police version on this matter. And on the other hand, Chandrababu Naidu is visiting the residences of the people who died yesterday. And even, central government has announced ex gratia. Prime Minister has announced ex gratia. The state government has announced 2 lakhs ex gratia, and Babu has also announced 10 lakhs ex gratia to these people, and is also, consoling the families as of now. On the other hand, the investigation is on, and the police said that the exact reason will be put out in front of the public once the investigation is done.
Well, I appreciate you joining us with all those details, Somit, and we are going to be keeping a close watch till the investigation is through on this very, very tragic episode that unfolded in Nellore.